좀 빨리 봅시다. 올해는 유로 할 수 있을까요? 좀 했으면 좋겠다. 자, 카시오스, 아르델라, 투케, 라모스, 알바, 그 다음에 부스케츠, 알론소, 사비, 탑미드, 실바, 이에스타, 공미, 파브레가스, 오토. 이탈리아는 키엘리니, 데부시, 보누치, 데로시가 제로백, 그 다음에 시가리니, 마르치시오, 피를로, 노타, 그 다음에 마지오가 미드필더, 그 다음에 카사노, 발로텔리, 투톱. 이거는 벤치입니다, 벤치. 이때 디나탈리 진짜 잘했는데. 발자레키 있고, 스페인에는 토레스, 그 다음에 마타, 나바스, 요즘부터. 이탈리아가 누구 정장 폈다. 자, 시작한다. 이제 파브레가스가 10분이었구나. 애초에 구성을 하고 나올 건가? 대회 시작할 때? 원래 4번 아닌가? 부스케치 받아주고, 사이드로 돌리고 다시 받아주고. 이때 스페인은 아무리 전방을 빡해도 여기서 또 길게 때리잖아. 실바 안쪽으로 들어오면 지금 여기 이때 스페인은 이게 보면 볼을 뺏기면 그 자리에서 바로 다시 수비 모드로 다 달려들어버려. 이 풀백 올라가지. 미드필더 측면으로 도와주러 오지. 다시 볼 설치하고 주고받고 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 반대로 열어주고 반대 왼쪽 풀백 떼어 올라가고 다시 뒤로 빼고. 근데 진짜 이 미드필더지나 알론소까지 있으니까 킥패스까지는 이탈리아 어떻게 되긴 거지 그게? 진짜 대박이다. 좁은 공간에 엄청 글로 볼이 가잖아. 일단 모여있는 공간으로 뛰어 들어가고, 데부시 태클.
Well, it's certainly an aggressive challenge from De Rossi, who has this sat back in to make a back three. And normally when you say you've got to win the midfield battle, you don't generally find you're going to be playing against six of them as Italy are today, but we'll see how that pans out. Piqué took a tumble. He's back on his feet.
돌아서는 동작도 그냥 부스케치인가? 알론소. 발로텔리가 빠지는데? 여기서 데르시가 센터백으로 내려오면서 피를로에 대한 저기 인복을 좀 피를로가 많이 줄었어요. 같이 빌드업 할 수 있는 선수가 수비로 내려가 버리니까. 원래 같으면 피를로 못 뛰면은 답답했어야 되는 이 정도인데 최후방에서 뿌려야 되니까. 볼 넘어오면 다시 다르시한테 가고 쭉쭉 가다가 어느 정도 빌드업이 되잖아. 잘 맞았어. 또 터치고 나왔다.
Courageous or foolhardy for this tactical change for the opening game of a major tournament. Not as defensively minded as some of his predecessors in that job.
치고받고 좁은 공간에 엄청 보였지 스페인 선수들. 다시 반대로 전환되니까 대형 유지하면서 반대로 넘어가지고 볼 일로 온다 이제. 아니면 가운데 쪽으로 또 내줘. 천천히. 요게 또 우크니 수적 우위를 점한다니까 순간순간. 여기 봐, 앞다가 올라가는 거다 3명다. 패싱 축구도 패싱 축구인데 압박이 엄청 났어요 진짜 이때 당시 스페인. 이거 봐. 와, 탈압박. 이거 이탈리아가 탈압박 해낸 거야 이거. 야, 맞아. 시날 불러. 팔.
Non-amusement of the Spanish fans on that side. He did get a bit of the ball. He might just have got a bit of Maggio just before it. The Alba's not really a natural left back. I mean, Matteo,
아빠 안 좋으니까 파울로 꺾고 되게 영리하다 진짜.
So that might be an area that Italy can exploit and have pinpointed. We shall see.
켈린이 어딨지? 베로시 패스. 야, 쫙쫙 뿌리네. 알론소. 베로시. 야, 또 뿌리고. 압박 3명이서 오니까 길게 뿌려버려. 없다. 뒤로 빼고 베로시한테 가고 뿌리고. 야, 이렇게 골키가 아니면 리버풀에서 잘했는데.
European and world champions. It's in a different formation. Well, not a different one to which he plays, because Juve at times do play with.
피르로 현역 때 뛸 때는 약간 가슴 내밀고 때야. 이거 좋았는데. 내가 파브리가스 가운데 실버. 이탈리아는 수비 기다리고 있죠. 런트만 반대로 뿌리고 풀백. 이거 봐, 좁은 공간에 엄청 밀집해 있잖아. 다시 퍼져서 뒤로 빼고 돌리고 뒤로 빼고 지금 파브리가스가 제로점 역할인데 밑으로 내려오는 움직임 하다가 수비 쫓아가면 위로 침투하고. 이쪽 공간에 다 주고받고 몰려있으니까.
Silva again.
야, 야, 데러시 수비 봐.
Rossi vying for the
야,
lead, and then challenging Fabregas too.
야, 진짜
The first glimpse of tiki-taka football.
대단하다.
Just couldn't quite find that half a yard to pull the trigger. Initially Fabregas and then De Rossi poking the foot out. Fabregas gets there before him, that's a penalty. So he has to be a little bit careful, certainly in areas like that.
Height here comes from the two central defenders for Spain, Piqué and Sergio Ramos. Here's Gerard Piqué,
오, 라우스.
with Ramos challenging. Xavi. Busquets.
오, 잘 때렸다.
I think it was Thiago Motta that just got out to him. Just got on under enough pressure that he got his head down, but ominous early signs for Italy. I suppose they would have expected it, that they're under pressure, they're sitting in. There's no doubt about it. The back three in place, the back five in place, the midfield three are narrow, John, and if Spain get an early
대충
quick
센터백이
twitchy play, the
올라와서
fullbacks will get tons
이걸
of space.
해주고.
Balotelli.
지금 이탈리아는 사실 윙백 풀백이 아니고 미드필더로 올라간 윙백이어서 중앙 거치는 스페인처럼 중앙 거치는 플레이보다는 한 번에 길게 때리던가 아니면 지금 열리잖아.
Balotelli.
측면이
He'll try one.
발로텔리 이런 샷은 진짜 잘 넣었었는데
Even though Spain are having
설명하자.
plenty of possession, Italy are having a couple of moments of their own on which they may be able to build.
왼쪽으로
If they can
열어줬어도
get it
좋아.
up to Cassano and Balotelli, then they certainly are a talented pair, as the lads mentioned earlier in the studio. But it's getting support to them, it's getting the right service to them and not leaving them isolated.
Chiellini, a late arrival for this.
킬이 덩치고 킬로 킥이 짧네 이 경기 따라.
It's twice that Alonso, stationed by the near post, has been able to
시발이
deal with a corner.
다 싸네. 발로텔리
Balotelli.
짧은 공간에서 주고받는 거. 아 근데 이탈리아 나쁜 건가 자꾸.
Balotelli's wayward header. Fabregas.
야,
Good advantage played. David Silva.
야,
The referee with no chance yet to go back and possibly
피를로가
penalise
이
that early
대회에서
challenge
엄청
in the build-up.
났었는데
Yeah, I think it was De
아직까지
Rossi,
별다른 모습이 없죠.
again,
스페인 이 경기에서는.
he's thrown himself in. The referee was absolutely
이게
right to
1차
play the
가
advantage, and Silva
3차
really should have made more of it
기억이
in
안
the
나네.
position he was in.
이제 데르시가 좀 빌드.
The Hungarian official has decided to let that go without a lecture.
이탈리아는 측면이나 한 방에 때리는 모타,
Motta.
베를로 뿌리고
Pirlo.
마지오.
And now Maggio. Both teams skippered by their
오,
goalkeepers
압박
today.
성공했어. 아,
Cassano. And a free kick given for the foul by Ramos.
이거 좀 위험하니까 하지.
Yeah, he is looking for it, John, but Ramos is clumsy. And again, they got good pressure. The referee, is he going to have he is going to have a
공을
wobble here with
쳤어. 공격수.
De Rossi. As we look at the replay, good quick feet from Cassano there, and he buys the ticket. Ramos, he doesn't win the prize, and this is a great position now. They've had a couple of corner kicks already.
발로텔리가
Italy,
쳤어.
John, that they haven't made the most of, but this is about as good a position as you'll get.
가져놓은 거?
Very central, far enough out that he can get it up and down with enough pace. If it is Pirlo that takes it, and I would imagine it is.
아, 피르로.
Certain Manchester City striker. Hall.
Balotelli leaves it for Pirlo.
우와, 이거
Goalkeeper alert.
진짜 잘 것 같다.
across there. Casillas, he moved a little, but he just made sure, right, the wall's going to do its job on that side. I'm going to make sure I'm covering my right-hand post, and it was a comfortable save, but I think Italy will be encouraged with this start.
Bonucci. Marchisio. Now a bit of space for Thiago Motta. Blocked by Busquets. Pirlo. Motta. Giaccherini. Jordi Alba.
소리가 좀 묻혀있고
Iniesta. Busquets.
항상 골 넣죠.
Here's
그래도
Silva.
3명, 4명은 한 거.
Struck to Rossi. Spain as ever looking silky smooth in possession.
아, 이거 너무 앞서가.
Alonso.
알론소 저기서
Rossi's getting through a
찍고.
lot of work in the early stages of this game in his new position.
Now look at the free kick again, but comfortable save for Casillas. Little dummy from Balotelli there.
야, 어떻게 그 데로시도
Just completed his first
한 바퀴 뺀걸
senior season with Juve. And then he didn't play anything like all the games. Here he is making his international bow.
아, 실바가
Fabregas
파브레가스가 내리. 아,
joined us late. Spain starting
What
this
about
game
the-
without a recognised striker.
그냥
Torres,
이해했어.
Negredo, Llorente all left in reserve.
수비가
Six
따라서
midfield players in the starting 11.
올라가면 빈공간
Barcelona have done it many a time and it's worked, but it's a first for the national team.
They've got Messi though, isn't it? 60 odd goals a year and all that. It's much different.
He got a hat-trick yesterday, taking his tally for the season for club and countries at 82.
He never stops, does he? He wants to give it up. Of course, Spain were in Scotland's group, a group they won very comfortably. And Scotland played that system, if you remember, in the Czech Republic. Unfortunately, it was a flat back 9 with a sitting midfielder in front. Weren't quite the same.
야, 그리고 압박이 지금 두 명이서 같이 들어오죠. 차도 각도를 쫓아버리고
Suggesting that where Scotland lead, others tend to follow.
또 올라가고 있더니
No.
야,
Arbeloa. Motta has gone down as if caught by Arbeloa. The referee is less convinced. Giaccherini being encouraged now to put the ball out of play by his teammates, so Motta can be treated.
Well, is he landed badly on? He's caught, isn't he, with the studs on the shoulder? And that was high and should have been. I don't think you could argue it's borderline. Could easily have been a free kick there.
So what have you made of the first 17 minutes of Spain's defence of their title?
Well, it's not going to be easy. A bit like
심판도
the Chelsea-Barcelona scenario, and Barcelona over 180 minutes had so much possession, but who would have thought Chelsea would have got to the final and won it? But if I was Italy in Prandelli, I'd be quite encouraged actually. I think they've looked a threat at times when they get enough support in and around Cassano and Balotelli. And I know it's early, John, but I can't help but thinking no striker, no focal point, no natural runs in behind that. You know, a back three and a makeshift sweeper, an extra centre half in De Rossi. the moment it's not quite working for Spain. Lots of possession, yes.
Recall that France won the World Cup without a goal scorer in 1998, but they did nominally have a striker, Guivarch. It's just that he never scored. Rather different to this Spanish setup. Marquisio. It's a Spain ball.
Oh, nice.
Alba, tackled by Balotelli. Maggio. Balotelli again.
이탈리아는 스페인보다 더 압박은 안 돼. 야, 진짜 오늘.
Cassano, not quite.
Yeah, applauds, good run. Good ball as well, very unlucky.
야,
Pirlo, Balotelli. Maggio set off again. Needs little encouragement. Here's Silva for Spain.
스페인은 전통적으로
Iniesta.
사이로 들어가서
The inestimable Iniesta. Silva. Oh, offside. Fabregas shaking his head in disagreement.
Yeah, lovely change of pace from Iniesta initially. There's one side there. The back leg of Chiellini playing him on, but the flag was straight up anyway.
Last time these sides met in the European Championship in the quarter-final 4 years ago. 120 minutes failed to produce a goal. Spain prevailed ultimately from the penalty spot. Giaccherini. Chiellini.
두꺼우니까
Arbeloa. TK. Marquisio. In for Cassano. Just about it at his best moment.
Oh, he's not far away at the back post. Balotelli, good play again. From Italy. I have to say they're looking as if they're carrying a bigger threat at the moment down the side of the centre halves, and if Casillas gets a touch in this, he's going to touch it right back into the path of Balotelli.
Italian angst and Spanish relief. Arbeloa, tangled with Giaccherini. Decision goes Spain's way. Kasai, who refereed the 2011 Champions League final. Barcelona against Manchester United.
자세로 전화해. 소리 많이 갔지.
Iniesta.
진짜 대박이다. 어떻게 해야 되지? 들어가고 들어가서 내려와주는 선수들은
Silva.
주로 어떤 모양이나 형태를 취하고
Jordi Alba
계속
linking up with Silva.
설명을
De Rossi sees the ball out of play. Tarek Vandelli sees himself as an educator, not a dictator. Cajoles his players rather than orders them about. He's had to tread quite a course since taking over the job. The season in Italy started with a player's strike,
알아서
ended with a match-fixing scandal. One of their warm-up games for this tournament was cancelled because of an earthquake.
원래가 미드필더니까
What else could possibly go wrong? Silva. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. De Rossi.
바벨로
Motta. Offside. Antonio Cassano.
Tried to get himself back on, realised I think PK just stepped up. Again, good winning in the second ball there, he's just offside.
Spain fortunate to be playing all three of their group games here in Gdansk, which is both a super stadium and a lovely city. Based in a village on the coast about 35 miles out. 1,000 locals and a wind farm for company.
요거 뚫어내면 완전 괜찮은데 저기
Italy, like England, are based in Krakow, which is about 300 miles from here.
지금 거의 29명만 뽑아놓고
Foul given against Mario Balotelli. Silva.
이게 진짜
Fabregas. Xavi. Referee didn't like what he saw from Chiellini.
I thought it was good pressure again from Chiellini. I think the Italians have done that quite well early on. Okay, he's nibbling away at his heels and his Achilles there, but you've got to expect that.
Spain have knocked and knocked at the door without ever threatening to batter it down. Chances at a premium in this game so far. Silva. That's easy for Buffon. As you can hear, not see, the first wave is going round the stadium.
That's usually a signal to the players to say, can we have a few more strikes at goal, please?
Cassano. Balotelli. Bonucci. Xavi. Iniesta. Sweet feet from Iniesta. Just flicked the top of Chiellini's head. It's a corner.
Yeah, Xavi was at the back post. I mean, unlikely to win a header in that scenario. I mean, brilliant again from Iniesta. He has been the once, and that when he just changes the pace of the game and gets the quick feet going and drives into the box, he's looked the most likely to create for Spain.
Xavi. Iniesta. Buffon's quick clearance, leading to a tangle involving Arbeloa and Balotelli.
오, 넥스트. 아. 또 주고받고 엄청 놓쳤네. 앞에 지나가면 쉬어가는 길. 또 이쪽으로 넘어왔어. 야, 들어오네.
Down very tamely by Pirlo, but enough for the referee to give a free kick.
스페인은 이제 센터백 중에 한 명까지 올라와요. 한 명,
Jordi
한
Alba
명만
to
후반
Iniesta.
알면서 들고.
Xavi.
야, 이게 와, 7시에 오고 움직이네.
Silva.
7시에 여기 있다가
Down very tamely by Pirlo, but enough for the referee to give a free kick.
와, 데로시가 데로시 여기 있다가 이거 지금 파브리가 숨쉬어 갔다가 다시 내리고 이제 피드로 붙여주고
Jordi Alba to Iniesta.
앞으로 찔르고 옆으로 주고 여기 지금 봐봐 들어가는 여기
Xavi.
지금 실버 차네. 와.
Now Fabregas.
유연성은 진짜 잘 걸린 것 같아.
Iniesta's free on the far side of the penalty area.
그러면서
Xavi just met, shall we say, by Motta.
Oh, it had to be a free kick for me there. I think Motta went into the back of him.
Looked it, but the referee didn't give it.
아,
Oh, Casillas tugged back by Cassano.
Surely he's not going to book him here. Because I think he's got every right to put the keeper under pressure. If the keeper wants to dilly-dally in his own penalty area and take risks like this, then he's going to expect to come under pressure. Okay, he clips him in the end, but you know, you take a massive risk there.
Xabi Alonso.
야,
Fabregas from deep. Buffon collected just within limits.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the pace there. Fabregas, he certainly was wrong side of Chiellini on that diagonal.
Pirlo. Thiago Motta.
잘 잡혔어.
Giaccherini. Spain win out.
그렇죠.
I've always been a big fan of Llorente, John, the Bilbao striker. I think he's technically good and he's a real threat as well.
Italy caught in possession. Fabregas. Rossi stepping in.
I'm just wondering if that will be an option for Spain at some point. I think they get plenty of possession and they can get it wide.
와,
Have a threat in the box.
Cassano.
그래서 이제 카사노는 측면으로 가는
Still Antonio Cassano. And Casillas was fortunate that it went away from Balotelli. First strop of Euro 2012 from Manchester City's enigmatic striker.
Well, he just wants to settle, cool the jets, son. Again, maybe a little frustrated that when he pads this out, Casillas, he could easily have padded it right into Balotelli's path. He does get across PK there. There's a free kick, there's no doubt about it. It's good to see that desire and that attitude at times, but he's got to bottle it.
Nothing as yet from these teams to really set the pulse racing. It's to encourage both, but nothing yet. It's likely to write a headline in the morning. Coming up a little later here on ITV1, live coverage of the Republic of Ireland's opening game against Croatia in Poznan from 7:15. And then tomorrow, England start their campaign against the French in Donetsk. ITV, the place to see that game too. Our build-up to the big game starts at 4 o'clock.
오,
Chiellini, the player, fouled.
Good experienced defender. Chiellini can play left back as well. Knows all the tricks in the book when it comes to the art of the rugged defender. Some he gets away with, some he doesn't.
와우.
Chiellini again.
이탈리아
Cassano.
오,
It's time
야.
over. Well struck by Marquisio. Comfortably saved by Casillas.
Yeah, well, it was super technique to hit it first time the way he did, and to generate the power and the accuracy.
이쪽으로 뜨면
He's like to get forward,
이탈리아가
Marquisio.
이겨요. 이거는 스타팅을
The new Tardelli, they called him.
근데 이탈리아는 또
This
이
lad
스타팅 멤버가 지금 북쪽으로 풍자
keeps having too much to do.
별로 안
I have to say, Casillas has probably had more to do than Buffon.
그것도
For all Spain's possession, it's been in front of Italy.
Those are big boots to fill. Marco Tardelli.
Yep.
사실
He's going to have to intervene
예,
here.
잘하는 선수가
His patience has worn thin with Balotelli.
I've got to say, that is not a good sign.
오,
I think somebody now has to make sure they're having a word with
Oh,
him. He
didn't
got
I?
a little bit on the ball, but not much. But he's just got to be very, very careful in what he says and what he does and the challenges he puts himself into, because his history in the last year or two at Man City is, in terms of disciplinary, is horrible.
떴어. 또 떴어.
Iniesta. Busquets. Arbeloa.
그냥 샷다가 야, 빈거 정확히
Away by Giaccherini.
아빠 다시 재밌는
Italy have lost their 3 lead-up games, those that they were able to play.
빼고
them without scoring.
이탈리아도 패스기를 하나 다 알아.
By Uruguay, the United States and Russia. And although they were unbeaten in qualification and only conceded 2 goals along the way, they were fortunate, particularly against the Faroe Islands, who they beat with an offside goal, and the Faroes, managed by Brian Kerr, struck the woodwork twice in that game. Just wonder whenever Balotelli is anywhere near the ball,
근데,
quite what he's going to do.
근데 이탈리아가 볼이 엄청 센 건 아니라서 스페인 정도 미드필드 근데 이제 여기부터 이탈리아는 여기부터 이제 수비 시작한 거예요. 3분의 1 남았을 때
Jordi Alba,
여기부터 수비 시작.
Busquets,
패스길 좀 가면
Iniesta,
쫓아가면서
Silva, Iniesta. Bonucci just got a piece of it, but here comes Spain again.
데루시
Xavi this time. Arbeloa. Xavi. Free kick given against Fabregas.
Well, again, there, that type of scenario with the ball clipped to the back post is, I think, tailor-made for somebody like Llorente. So we'll see if that particular scenario bears any fruit. But if teams are making it difficult against you, and most do against Spain, then you've got to try and get width in your game at times. You've got to try and change it and have a plan B, and if you get width, you generally get crosses, and if you get decent crosses, you need somebody in the middle to put it in the back of the net, and I think that's where Spain are just missing a trick at the moment.
겹고 알론소 로페스 야 데루시 받았고 켈리 측면 패스하는 거 왼쪽 측면이 좀 있었죠?
Really much more active than his counterpart. The right challenge by Chiellini. We looked at Vicente Del Bosque.
스페인은 조금 앞으로 다 같이 보다 보니까 모르지가 없어. 다들 너무
Busquets. Dispossessed by Motta.
좋고
Chiellini was caught by Busquets after the ball had departed. And the biter is
켈리가
complaining about for once being
그
bitten.
모습으로 되게 싸나우고 있는데 이거 착한 거 같아.
He caught him.
파울 당해도 되면
He made a bit of a meal of it, didn't he?
상대팀한테 손절해도 되는
Happy to be dishing it out, as you said.
이건이 손대기야.
Does look the part, Chiellini, doesn't he?
Do you mean he's ugly?
In profile, he looks rather like a road map of the Adriatic coast.
이렇게
Rugged.
좀 필요할 수밖에 없어. 공중골 팀은
Xavi.
와 이걸
Silva across the front.
야 이거 진짜
Fabregas.
여기까지 나왔어.
It ends in a corner, it could have been more.
이게 비전.
Yeah, good defending by Bonucci there. Just tracking the run. Again, all coming through the middle for Spain.
패스에서 어떻게
Little bits of interplay.
들어가도
Fabregas
마지막에
getting forward.
스위스 발 뻗어서 슈팅 막아내. 이게 빗장수입니다. 열 맞지. 이 정도 했는데 맞는다고 이러면서 진짜
Xavi.
열 맞을 수 있지.
It's Iniesta. Sergio Ramos. Acrobatics to no avail. Half time is rapidly approaching, Craig, here in Gdansk with hardly a catalogue of chances.
No, I mean, Spain have had a few efforts that have clipped backsides and been ricocheted. Generally haven't created too much.
왼쪽 측면 열렸어.
Giaccherini.
가서
Cassano. Maggio.
야, 아주
Jordi Alba turned his back on
아쉽네
it.
마무리가.
A miss hit.
Yeah, I think without being brilliant, I mean, I think Italy will be satisfied. Very
하죠.
satisfied.
무릎으로 때리고. 자,
Thiago Motta.
이제 이탈리아 공격했을 때 조금 전방 배치됐어. 특히 카사노 왼쪽이고. 와,
Xavi. Fabregas. Silva.
이니에스타 침투하고 나머지 받았고. 다시 오, 내려오게.
Takes on the ball to Iniesta.
들어갔고.
Nearly enough to open the door.
Well, once this first touch just
남아공을
cushions the blow for him, I think he's
각도가 비슷하네.
super ball as well. Just going to lob it over. Buffon there, okay, he's a big old lump to lob it over, but he was off his line and he has got the ability
왔다
in the Iniesta to do so.
난 센터백들 진짜 상대 골키퍼 같아. 롱킥 골키퍼든 수비수 롱킥 때리고 저렇게 클리어를 하는 거 훨씬 좋아하는 거 같아.
No more by Fabregas.
오, 얘는
Balls for Balotelli.
이 경기에서 드러쉬가 오히려 피질로보다 더? 오, 야, 이것도 들어갔어야 될 것 같아. 못
That's
잡아?
right, Casillas has been a preeminent
이거
goalkeeper
진짜
for a decade or
선방이다.
more.
이거 들어갔어야 되는데.
Can be underemployed for long periods, but when he's needed, he comes up
이거
with the
완전히
goods.
Yeah, just
열렸구나.
drifted off the back of
스페인이
Busquets
한
here.
순간
You can see
방심했네.
Balotelli takes a position up at the around the penalty spot, so that takes the attention of Piqué. Ramos has gone out to
오늘 헤딩
stop the
잘하긴
cross,
했다.
and that's a super save.
최선이긴
And
했어.
again, Italy carrying a threat.
오, 열어주고. 마르키시오. 마르키시오는
Going through traumatic
엄청
times, but the national
뛰어난
team
장점이 있는 선수는
need
아닌데
to find good order.
다 어느 수준 이상은 다 해내는 선수였던 것 같아요.
Come off the back of two previous match-fixing scandals and one World Cups.
자,
Half-time in
잠깐
Gdansk, no
끝났습니다.
goals, precious few chances, the best of them in stoppage time, falling to Thiago Motta with
아까 전반 본 거 다시 한번 그 포메이션 보면서 얘기해 볼게요. 그 보면은 이탈리아는 수비할 때 거의 요 라인 맞춰서 요 라인 위로는 압박을 그렇게 심하게 안 했어요. 전방에 있을 때 여기 마르키시오나 모타가 올라가서 둘 중에 하나 올라가서 저 그 다 같이 수비 라인 그러니까는 공이 스페인 후방에 있을 때 요 정도 라인으로 섰는데 공격 전개되다 보면 여기에 서 있었어요 다. 좀 앞으로 나가고 여기서 이렇게 수비했어요 이렇게. 근데 여기서 데로시는 펄스 9 중앙으로 침투하는 선수 패스 길목 차단. 요 라인 앞으로는 뛰쳐나가질 않았어 이탈리아는. 여기서 자유롭게 수비 지역에서 자유롭게 움직였어요 데로시는. 선수의 판단 능력을 믿은 거죠, 감독이. 스페인은 아시다시피 스페인 다시 해야 되나? 스페인은 4-2-3-1. 맞다, 이거 얘기 안 했다. 공격 시에 전반 초반에는 이렇게 썼어요. 마르키시오 이름이 길어가지고 그냥 존잘이라고 했어요. 존잘. 여기서 데로시랑 피를로가 빌드업에 집중했고, 마르키시오는 여기 마지오랑 같이 여기 요 라인에 섰고, 모타는 중앙으로 들어갔고, 시가리니는 조금 혼자 움직였고, 그러다가 이제 전반 중반 넘어가서 카사노가 왼쪽으로 움직였고, 모타가 골문. 자, 후반전 시작하기 전에 포메이션 보면서 얘기 좀 해볼게요. 일단 이탈리아는 시작에 이렇게 나왔고, 주로 스페인 미드필더가 워낙 6명씩 있으니까 거의 이쪽 측면을 많이 공략했어요. 그래서 데로시가 양쪽 측면으로 많이 찔렀죠. 이렇게 하고 전반 중반 넘어가서는 아예 카사노가 왼쪽으로 가고 시가린이랑 같이 공격자가 뺐고, 여기는 마르키시오하고 마지오 둘이 있었어. 이렇게 하다가 수비 시에, 그래서 한꺼번에 우르르 여기까지 한꺼번에 뛰어오는 건 아니니까 볼을 뺏겼을 때 전방에서 이 정도로 압박하다가 공이 여기까지 넘어온다 그러면은 이탈리아는 수비 시에 이 정도로 됐어요. 이 정도로. 요 이상은 안 넘어갔어요. 진짜. 공격수 앞에 2명만 요 정도 있고 안 넘어갔어. 여기서 데로시는 프리로 자기가 펄스9 선수들 쫓아다녔어요. 선수 개인의 판단력을 믿은 거죠, 감독이. 스페인은 제로톱 4-2-3-1이었고, 자, 이제 후반전 가봅시다. 스페인은 아까 봤으니까 바로 넘어갈게요.
High quality sides. Football has been sporadic. It is goalless at half time in Gdansk.
Before the game, our Spaniard Roberto Martinez said it was the Italian lineup which excited him, and remains rather excited by the way the Italians are playing. Better than just containing, actually taking the game
앞으로
to
좀
Spain.
당깁시다. 이니에스타. 스페인은 왼쪽은 거의 이니에스타가 전담하고 있어요.
Kisio.
시오 페르 모타.
Motta. Header in the first half
카사노가
saved so well by
내려가지고.
Casillas.
와,
He's pulled down by Chiellini.
Well, not to go into the book, and I don't think he is, Keelan. He had a couple in the first half. I thought the referee was
또 짧게 가죠.
a little lenient with him, and again there.
이니에스타,
The next one he certainly
알바,
will.
알론소,
Italy without maybe their best centre half,
Busquets,
Andrea Barzali. Through injury for at least the first two
피에로,
games.
이제 사비가 가운데로 들어가고,
Chiellini.
카사노, 피렐로. 와,
Chiellini.
없다. 케빈이. 그렇지. 야, 카사노,
Antonio Cassano.
케빈이, 그렇지.
This Italian lineup.
둘 다 커맨더형으로 볼
Around
비교도
from
되니까
Juventus.
공격이
The
조금
third
쉽게 된다.
team in Serie A history to go
시즌
through
경기에.
an entire season unbeaten.
근데 이거는 깜짝 계속 제르시를 저기다 세우면 웬만큼이 소홀해진다는 걸 아니까 이런 포메이션을 깜짝 포메이션을 트레스
Will Spain introduce a striker at some stage? There's Manolo the drummer. Fixture at all Spain games for the last 30 years.
Nobody else allowed to do it.
Well, he does have his followers, but not with
사비
quite his profile.
이에스타구나
Don't tread on his toes, eh?
사비
He owns that territory, just as he owns the bar next to Valencia's Mestalla Stadium.
부스케츠랑 파브레가스가 볼 차는 폼이 되게 비슷하네. 왜 이런 게 안 보였지? 잘 됐다.
Well, again, just found that little pocket, Fabregas, just enough space to get the strike away.
Xavi was Marchisio for Italy, and then Giaccherini. Also downed by Marchisio. This fixture 4 years ago in the quarter-final was a real arm wrestle for a full 2 hours. Before Spain went through on penalties, and that was seen as a breakthrough moment by the Spanish media and football followers. Showed that there was inner steel to go with the usual Spanish artistry. Back of that new belief, they won both the European Championship and the World Cup.
열렸다.
Xavi. As the Italians were complaining.
이것도 지금 이탈리아 수비수가 각도를 잘 좁힌 거예요. 슛이 부정확했다기보다 이거는 워낙 잘 빼놓고 파브레가스.
Frightened to take the strike. I mean, very well try to walk it into the net with a beautiful football, but when you walk that position round about the edge of the box, the 25 yards out, have a strike.
Fabregas.
파브레가스, 이니에스타.
Iniesta.
우와,
Well, De Rossi was lunging in for the challenge as Iniesta got the shot away.
잘 뛰쳐나왔다.
And a corner's been given.
큰 거다.
He has been the main threat, John, hasn't he? I mean, whenever he just decides to up the pace of the game, De Rossi does well, actually. The angle's always against Iniesta. The further he gets in there, a little touch off the goalkeeper. I think it is always going wide. Alonso.
이제 잘 됐다.
Thought he slipped there. Kick again. Just a
Well,
few
just
minutes
keep
on
it.
it. Just nudges it Super save from Buffon.
빌드업시죠.
Very often you see two keepers as the skippers, is it? But such is the experience.
Won a World Cup.
부스켓.
Goalkeeping skipper.
아, 드래프. 미드필더가 워낙 많으니까 지금. 끝까지 미드필더 손에서. 또 자매하고 다시 양옆에 있잖아 미드필더. 자매하면서. 아유,
Jordi Alba.
예스트. 기르비. 부스켓.
Busquets.
잘 봤는데. 카사노. 별로텐. 오, 위험하다.
Loses out to Balotelli. Cassano for company.
아, 여기 때렸어야 되는데.
And Cassano
반대쪽에서
looked
좀
down at the
기다렸구나.
ground in something
그리고
approaching
라모스가
disbelief.
진짜 잘했다.
Well, what a wasted opportunity there.
우와, 이탈리아 수비. 우와, 다시 다
Didn't think
뛰쳐들어.
he would have so much time.
데로시마, 데로시.
Meanwhile, at the other end,
데로시마.
here's Silva.
와, 이거 진짜 볼 거 많은 거.
Well, Balotelli is enigmatic, but also on some occasions like that,
Well, he does
selfish.
he does brilliantly, John, because he
라모스가
just doesn't give
실수하고
Ramos any time. But he,
피케가 진짜 잘 여기 서
if
있어.
Ramos has made the mistake, he's going to try and make amends now. Piqué had to
때렸어야
cross
되는데.
because Piqué was trying to cover the Cassano option. So
반대편 기다리고.
if he gets himself in gear, if he gets his finger out there, he gets a one-on-one.
잘 때리는 애가
He's
우리
never
중에.
ever going to get that amount of time. It's the best opportunity in the game by far.
사비 턴 도는 거 최근에
The
턴.
coach has preached to him. It's all about the team, not the individual
아,
here.
사비.
You need to be
와,
reinforced.
발등으로 때렸는데 정확히가.
Here's Cassano, who waited in vain.
사비.
Cassano also goes away.
I think Piqué made the decision for him, John, Balotelli, because Piqué had held off to try and cover the cutback or the cut across to Antonio Cassano. Now,
분위기가 좀 이탈리아
it's
선수
a clear for him
넘어오는데.
just to drive in, but Prandelli will be very, very frustrated. But it's indicative of the game because they have looked a bigger threat. Italy, okay, it was a mistake there from Ramos, but it was the pressing from Italy, the pressing from Balotelli, and he's got some thinking to do, the old Boschi.
Boschi with his long-time assistant on the bench there, Tony Grande, the head of bibs and cones. Together at Real Madrid. He's never been clearly defined.
훔쳤다.
Telly
오,
once more getting the better of Sergio Ramos. But there's Piqué. Kisio arrives and is beaten in the air.
아,
Thiago Motta. A couple of moments when Balotelli has been one-on-one with Ramos. He's had some joy. Antonio Di Natale is going to be sent on in place of Balotelli. I wonder if that's a direct response to what we've just seen.
발로텔이 조금 살아달라고 하고 있어.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised at that. I've got to say, I know he's on a yellow card, and I know he's just given up an excellent opportunity, the one that he created for himself, more or less. But that being said, he obviously didn't finish it off. But certainly for that kind of move, although he's a very good goal scorer, Di Natale, isn't he?
His record stands in comparison with most.
턴 내주고
50 goals in Serie A. He is now approaching pensionable age.
되게 이런 상태에서 되게 흐름 느려 보이는데 전반전처럼 뛰진 못해요. 스페인도 90분 내내 어떻게 그렇게 뛰어. 좀 쉽게 가는 거지 근데. 오 이거 나이스다. 이탈리아 스페인. 오 내주고. 아 진짜 페이브. 오 카사노. 옐로감이다.
Well, it's quite cynical, isn't it? And in its cynical nature, it's probably a yellow card, and that's why the supporters are booing us offside here. Di Natale, but they've pressed well, Italy.
디 나탈리가 이런 거 되게 잘했지.
Times they've sat back, and then the ball's just not been quite right from Spain. They've gone and pressed it and won it back.
Italy, a competitive international, save that one penalty shootout
뻥전.
4 years ago, Vienna.
여기다 뻥전. 후반 중반 가니까
Opponents down the years, but mostly in friendlies.
아쉽지.
Races run.
후반 중반 가니까는 어느 정도 조금씩 현실적인 플레이들이 나오죠. 그래도 스페인은 티키타카 합니다. 우와! 와, 소리 오졌다. 자기 픽업이 오졌다. 와, 이거 피클로 본 거 봐. 맞죠? 존나 힘들겠다. 예측 수비였는데 조금 늦었죠? 스페인도 이제 조금씩 느슨하게 조금씩 점점 느슨해져. 90분 동안 어떻게 그렇게 뛰어? 더군다나 이거는 조별 예선 경기라 강팀들은 보통 이런 월드컵이나 유로 같은 거 16강, 8강 정도부터 본격적으로 뛰죠. 뭐 그거에 맞춰서 몸을. 우와 이거 옵사이드인가? 비긴 걸로 아는데? 이거지? 오 골이구나. 존나 잘 났다. 감초 존나 잘 냈다. 말로 되게 어떡해. 와 피를로 드리블. 여기서 그러니까 골은 이럴 때 나온다니까. 피를로가 뒤에서 삼선에서만 빌드업 관여하다가 직접 치고 나와서 넘어가 찬스 되니까 도미노처럼 무너지는 거야 수비. 존나 잘 찔러넣어.
Di Natale was castigated for missing his penalty in the quarter-final shootout against Spain.
되지. 진짜 홍보될 것 같아. 근데
Whilst one wouldn't suggest that the gap between these sides is anything like the gap between Denmark and Holland, Italy are playing the Denmark role today. A goal against the odds, not necessarily against the play.
이에스타 알바,
coming within 3
이니에스타.
minutes of the substitution.
근데 스페인 선수들 특징이
on to score the goal.
되게 사이를 노리는 패스를 진짜 잘해.
Well, there's room for pace now. Bilbowski is going to make a change.
제네틀레가지고요. 패스도 잘하네.
So that's width as well.
Width and pace. Got to stretch them. Got to stretch Italy. Try and open them up that way. It's been difficult to go through them. Very well organised. What about Pirlo? He looked almost dead in the water at Milan a year or so ago. He's reinvigorated his career at Juve. It was a super change of pace from him, and the weight on the pass as well.
스페인은 미드필드의 숫자가 진짜
The run
많죠.
from Di Natale, they were just first class.
거의 뭐 지금부터 실버하고 이니에스타 위치 바꾼 것 같은데.
There's a striking difference between Balotelli a few minutes earlier, dallying,
끌어내고
faced with a goal-scoring opportunity, and Di Natale, who knew from the instant he got the ball what he intended to do.
야 이런 상황이
Still Jesus Navas waits to come on.
파브레가스 알바
Challenge laid down to the world and European champions here.
실버구나.
Iniesta. Great evidence so far of this Tango 12 ball.
진짜 골키퍼들 진짜 떨리겠다. 자기가 실수하면. 이니에스타 실버. 우와 파브레가스. 이거는 진짜 전형적으로
It took 2.5 minutes.
이거 진짜 제로톱으로 딱 골른 거다.
Says Fabregas.
왜냐면
It took 2.5 minutes. And that is the response of champions.
스페인들이 다 끌려 나와 있는 상태에서 챔프에서 들어간 거라서
They've switched off really here. They've got plenty of bodies back, but there's a little diagonal run from Fabregas.
그래서 실버가 여기 있다가 파브레가스가 뒷공간으로 뛰어들어.
It's the left wing back. Giaccherini, the debutant, he doesn't quite get there. He doesn't go with the runner. And it's a great run from Fabregas. It's matched by the finish, I've got to say, and it's game on.
데르샤노스
Well, nominally, the centre forward
1대1로 있구나. 연대형이 아니고.
Substitution has taken place amidst the celebrations. Navas is on for David Silva. And Italy are making a change too. There is Navas of
나바스
Sevilla,
들어왔어. 나바스.
a nippy winger. And Cassano.
이 선수도 잘했어요.
Italy as well, down
세명.
below us. He's been replaced, as I'm sure you'll see in a moment, by Sebastian Giovinco of Parma, the smallest player in this
지우코
tournament.
유벤투스야.
5'5". Marchisio. Jordi Alba.
이거 턴돌았으면 좋았는데.
The first half was tactically interesting. The second period has been fascinating on every level.
나바스 틀리는 동작. 사비, 나바스, 알론소. 원래 빌드업 할 때 수비형 미드필더들이 센터백하고 풀백 사이로 많이 가요. 원투즘에서 전진하는 거.
Marchisio coming in as protector. Yellow card in the referee's hand for Leonardo.
좀 거칠었다.
It's a yellow card here for. Is it Fabregas as well? Down beneath. It has been John just for trying. I think Red tried to referee the game. Really, it is, I mean, it's a high challenge. That is
심전이 안 되냐?
very, very clumsy.
Fabregas went in and tried to make sure that a yellow card was produced when the referee was going to get one out anyway.
제로톱의 장점은 수비수를 끌어내서 빈 공간을 만드는 게 제로톱의 장점이에요. 그래서 양쪽 윙들이 가운데로 침투하는 전형적인 제로톱 장점. 그게 아니면 하프 스페이스 공략.
Alonso. Navas.
우와,
Fabregas. Referee unimpressed.
오,
Tackles biting a little more now. Jordi Alba.
이거 계속 일곱 잘하는 거 보세요. 지금도 대로시였어요, 지금도. 와, 이거 무슨 분석한다고 했는데 감탄밖에 안 못하겠네. 사비, 보스케츠, 피켈, 파브리가스. 둘이 좀 공차는 그 모션이나 그런 것들이 되게 많이 비슷하다. 둘 다 같은 바르셀로나에서 배워서 그런가?
Some debate within the stadium as to whether that last yellow card was brandished at Fabregas or Jordi Alba.
오, 이거 좋다.
It's Marquisio.
마키시오에서 마지오.
Maggio. Pirlo.
아, 너무 좀 한 발 앞서 나간 패스였어. 사비 턴도 졸죠.
To be that Alba is the one who will have a booking against his name.
나바스.
Here's Iniesta.
파브리가스. 알바. 또 빌드업 시작하죠. 끌어내고 진짜 티키타카다.
Iniesta.
아, 이건 진짜 말고
Fabregas.
축구같이 한다 소리 나오는데. 이겼어.
Navas. Awkward for Buffon.
이겼으면
It's a
됐는데.
corner.
Well, he's certainly got the pace, hasn't he, Navas, and he can get at the inexperienced Jaccarini, who's winning his first cap tonight, the left wing back.
때 2명 없네. 4명 있네요.
PK.
오!
Attempt at the overhead. The referee is bound to give dangerous play for that in that position. Sergio Ramos.
It's them really that running from midfield that they've not tracked the runner. This time it was Fabregas, and while they had plenty of bodies back, Chiellini stepped out and Jaccarini hadn't quite tucked round. It's more difficult to tuck round when you're a wing back rather than a full back, and the space was there for Cesc Fabregas, and that was the answer to Di Natale's goal.
Enjoyed by Royals and rank and file alike. As much as anything, having fallen behind. Or so away in terms of weight on the pass, playing in Giovinco. Jaccarini. Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Fabregas. Wanted by Pirlo. Chiellini. Piqué.
보면 조금 느슨한 감성이긴 하죠.
Fabregas. Jesus Navas.
Spain have just called back Fernando Torres to the technical area, so his arrival looks as if it's going to be imminent.
Torres. 체력적으로 힘드니까 센터포 좋습니다.
Interesting. He wanted to take a penalty in the Champions League final, and what we understand, he was told no. That throws you through the confidence, doesn't it? You're a striker.
Xavi. Spanish supporters, he started quite a long way back in this tournament. One goal in his last 8 internationals. Jesus Navas. 4 waiting. It's Jordi Alba.
Well, it all piled in, Italy waiting for the little clip across the 6-yard box, and it was a good pick out from Navas, really, because there's nothing to hit with no target man there, really. I mean, you've got a couple of midgets, obviously, for Spain in terms of against the Italian defenders in there, and he was very unlucky. Alba, he tried to cut across it, and it's the goal scorer making way.
For the former goal scorer.
Well, some would say he's on his way back, but some wonder, like myself, if he'd ever get back to that player that arrived at Liverpool 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was.
Fabregas back, the equaliser. His replacements secured the last European Championship for Spain with the only goal in the final. Christian Mashu. Navas. And Torres onside. Immediate chance.
Oh.
Goalkeeper actually tackled him like a defender. And maybe 4 years ago, the goalkeeper wouldn't have seen him for dust. Penalised, but within seconds of coming on, a big question was asked of Fernando Torres, and he couldn't come up with the right answer.
It's an awful attempt to try to play offside, isn't it? De Rossi not natural there. They're all over the gaff, aren't they? And, well, he's a bit hesitant. It's his first action in the game. I mean, it's not easy when you come on. You need to get yourself into the swing of things, up to speed. And, well, he just doesn't make the most of it, Torres, does he? Story of his season, really.
Busquets, it's a free header.
They're holding quite a high line there, Italy. To score from that type of distance from a header, actually on the penalty spot, it's going to have to be something special. It's a good proof on from there. Comes off his shoulder, actually.
For Gdansk. So his lead was a brief one. Events are concluded here. Do stay with us on ITV1 for live coverage of the Republic of Ireland's opening game against Croatia in Poznan. 7:15 start for our coverage of that one.
이름도 한번 분위기 시작하니까 대중하게 싸움이 된다. 미드필드에서 센터포드로 내려와주고 윙백이 올라가고.
Giovinco.
우와 우와 와 이거 너무 좋았어.
And all of Spain held its breath. Most of Italy too.
순간적인 심장이
Yeah, it was a
진짜
super
좋아.
quick out from Giovinco as well here. And he's got the natural movement of a striker, hasn't he? Di Natale, of a poacher. Just a little clip on there. I wonder if if Ramos got a little flicker. I don't think he did, but it certainly was in his eye line. And while he was always on the stretch, it was a difficult chance, but it was a chance.
너무 대놓고 오프사이드 써버리면
I think they've shown John
내가
Italy, win or lose this game,
깨버리니까
whatever happens, that they can carry some sort of threat in this
이렇게 같이
tournament.
따라붙어 있어. 센터
Maybe not to win it. Certainly to go a bit further and cause maybe one or two of the bigger boys some problems. They certainly weren't a threat in South Africa.
Navas. Plenty of big matches coming up here on ITV1 and ITV HD. Prime among them, this time tomorrow, England's opener in this competition against France in Donetsk. Our coverage to a big game gets underway at 4 o'clock tomorrow, so do join us for that. If you would like further information about our coverage and the tournament itself, place to go for stats, video content, the latest news, itv.com/Euro 2012. Torres, Iniesta.
오
His feet swept from beneath him. Chiellini, rather belatedly, joins a couple of colleagues in the book.
왜냐면 볼이
Great
빠져가지고
defence here from Chiellini. I mean, eventually he goes in, probably belatedly. Certainly what it is, in a similar position to Italy in the first half, where Pirlo made Casillas work. It's slightly on the other side, but it's a good distance here. Buffon's out to have a word with his wall.
조금 위험하다고 감지는 건데 컴퓨터가 감으로
Free kick from this distance.
분위기가 심상치 않으니까
Has to be a prime candidate, faced by the world's most expensive goalkeeper. Xavi into the top of the wall that jumped in unison.
Yeah, the wall did a great job there.
여기 잘 점프 잘했네.
Some managers, some coaches like the wall to jump, some don't. Just what the preference is.
언론사 좀 위험하다.
Maggio, there's a bit of wrestling involving Thiago Motta. Spain have a free kick.
He's did well, Motta, today. He's put himself around. I mean, Marquezio and Pirlo have shut down when they've had to. They've got back in. They've got a good shape about them.
사비
Not easy against the Spanish side. There's so many talented players and keep the ball so well. But again, that's a good example of the pressing from Italy. It's been indicative of them all game.
Giovinco. Spent almost the entire game prowling the edge of his technical area down below us. His opposite number, Del Bosque, has settled for the most part in his seat.
이거 너무 왔습니다.
Torres.
다시 움직여주고 주고받고.
Iniesta.
둘 다 턴 도는 거 봐. 진짜.
Nonsense. Chiellini. Italy's free kick.
I think what Alonso's saying, there wouldn't seem to be any contact, and I think it's for the intent really more than anything else. Zinchenko has to hurdle the challenge.
주민거.
Giovinco it is.
둘이
Three
붙자.
Spanish defenders potentially to deal with. So the throw's a good outcome. Foray from his seat for the Spanish coach. We now are supposed to call the illustrious Vicente Del Bosque.
논스톱에서
Elevation to
잘
Marquis
읽었는데?
status. Torres, open ground ahead of him. Bit of hesitation from Torres.
아,
And then no killer pass.
이것도 지금 데로시.
Thiago Motta.
저기까지 올라간 거야? 야, 쟤 넘어져 있으면 안 되지.
Di Natale.
와. 지금 이탈리아 선수들 다 다이렉트 패스 하고
Goal
있어.
kick. Strange, isn't it, with Torres? Giovinco bundled over off the ball, but where once the world was scared of Spain's number 9, now the sight of an opposition goalkeeper seems enough to inhibit him as Arbeloa goes into the book.
Yeah, it's for the off-field wrestling with Giovinco, which when the ref spotted it, or it was brought to his attention by one of the many officials that they have these days.
There are only 7, Craig, only 7 officials.
주민거도 진짜
You
이거.
see top of your screen there, drags him back a little, just gets the hand on his shoulder. Referee's played the advantage, that's why.
Torres in trouble here. Yellow card, use of the arm on De Rossi.
텔레시가 너무 잘하니까.
Well, I think he'll say, I'm entitled to put the arm up as leverage there, or put it out to shield or feel the centre half coming in. I would say it's more an elbow in the throat than anything else.
근데 이거는 뭐 이런 거 가지고 인성 뭐 이런 거 얘기할 필요 없어요.
Walking right.
It was borderline.
정거치로 진짜 이
I
수준
think
때문에.
whenever you raise the elbow like that and you thrust it back the way, you
토레스 팬이라서 그런
might
게
just get
아니에요.
that red.
진짜로.
Justification for Del Bosque's hangdog expression.
토레스.
Just a smile, that went in Joe Berg. Here's Torres, maybe now for him. Goes for the chip.
오!
Still his range isn't
어,
there.
이거는. 진짜 좋았다, 이거.
Again, but the one thing I did notice there, John, and I think it has been noticeable recently, is that when this ball here, he'd normally be away, gone. Change your pace, it's just not
토레스가
that
이거
now.
진짜
It
잘
was almost
줬지,
brilliant,
이거.
wasn't it? I mean, he's almost pulled it off, but again, it's
와,
almost.
진짜
And
간발의 찬스.
he's had 2 chances to put this game out of sight now since he's been on, and he's fluffed them both really. Can't say any more than that.
Del Bosque's substitute may still have the final say in this game. At the moment, Fernando Torres' most significant contribution was that flying elbow on De Rossi.
Well, I think if I was Llorente, I'd be. Whether they do or not in the national team, I don't know, but I think I'd want to knock on the door and say, well, am I not due a chance? I would have taken a couple of those. 29 goals for Bilbao in all comps. In good form, as Man United fans will tell you, who watched him over 2 legs.
Urbain Frandelli, very successful stint in charge of Fiorentina. Presumably pretty satisfied with what he's got from his team today. Zuri came here, far from fancied. Cubs haven't had a good season in European competition. 1 Champions League quarter-finalist, 1 team through to the last 16 of the Europa League, as opposed to Spain with 5 semi-finalists in the 2 European competitions.
약간 다 지쳤죠? 이 시간 되면 사실 쪽으로 축구하는 게 좋지. 사비는 헤딩도 잘해. 잘 줬다.
Jordi Alba.
이게 스페인 축구 특징이야.
Iniesta.
뭐
Busquets.
킥 조금 미스났는데 뭐 가슴
Play
들고
for
나가고
Navas.
템포 살리는 건 지금
Instead, it's a hefty clearance by Chiellini.
좋다. 이거 지금 또
Xavi.
와봤어?
Jesus Navas.
Pretty weak cross in the end, just scuffed it a little bit actually. There was only really Torres who'd pulled to the back post, an option for him.
Marquisio.
와 말이죠. 쩐다 진짜.
Motta for company. Motta with the return
와,
to Marquisio.
와 말이죠. 그러니까 이 선수가 국가대표 뽑히는 이유가 이탈리아 국가대표 뽑히는 이유가 이런 거라니까. 막 엄청
Spanish hearts
술난
in
건
mouths
아닌데
there. Iniesta. Eventually brought down by Maggio. And the card count rises still further. 7th yellow of the game.
Yeah, a little tug in the
Oh,
arm there of
that's
Iniesta, I
simple.
think it was. It's just opened out there with that one from Marquisio, just gave Italy a bit of hope, but it left them a little bit exposed to the counter-attack.
One last change being made by the Italians. Before this free kick is taken, Thiago Motta nearly scored late in the first half with a flying header. He's coming off. And he'll be replaced by Milan's Antonio Nocciolino.
며칠 동안은 잘 몰라가지고
The speed, or rather the lack of it, of Motta's exit would suggest that Italy would be very content with a point here. That point may still take a bit of protecting.
뭔가 모르게 친근해.
Xavi Alonso. There's a man who can claim to have made a
헬리아가
difference.
근데 은근히
Well, he
긴가
certainly
봐.
did, just on as a substitute, and
위에
made a
쏘-
lovely little run in behind the centre half. Was picked out with a super pass from Pirlo, great weight on it, and there was a finish to match. Unfortunately for the Italians, they couldn't do what the Italians normally do over the years and shut up shop.
Three additional minutes then.
끊겼어. 이에스타. 토레스 좀
Iniesta
좋고.
to Torres.
오.
Torres going alone.
페나도
Clear by
잘해.
Bonucci. Every time he has a chance that doesn't work out his way, there's a little look skywards as if in search of divine help from Fernando Torres.
라모스. 알론소. 피케. 레벨라. 스케치.
Busquets.
아르벨라. 반대 봤는데 억제했어 지금 알론소.
Iniesta.
와 치고 들어가는 거 봐. 사이로 그냥 간다니까. 와.
Xavi. Xavi Alonso.
우와.
Just not quite get his shooting boots on today. Hasn't been too many opportunities for him. There was a
저렇게
free kick
진짜 몇 명이 있든
too long ago,
상관없이
certainly, that he ballooned
그게
over the bar.
매력이라고 저거.
Well, it's not the worst, is it? But I
아, 그렇지. 너무 걸렸어.
He cuts across it quite badly.
Of the Spanish royal family here, also the Spanish Prime Minister. Mariano Rajoy
무슨
proud
정말
he began the day by backing 100 billion euros. Just to help his country through troubled times.
Just a bit more than your fee then.
Jesus Navas.
이런 거 잘하지. 나가서.
Giaccherini feeding Arbeloa. Two in the box
Ah.
for Spain.
He will take their time over this goal kick. 체력적으로 지치니까 힘이 많이 들어간 거예요.
Running out. Spanish expectation was of an opening win. Hope of the Italians was that they could nick something. Well, they've done more than nick a draw. It ends this way. Plenty. Torres.
와, 데르시 또
There's
수비.
the Rossi.
진짜 미쳤다니까 이 경기에서. 나 진짜 데르시 보고
Giovinco.
너무 비슷하.
Italy throw, but no time for that throw. It ends all square in Gdansk. It was builders round heads against Cavaliers, the pragmatists against those of panache. Frankly, I'm not sure which was which today, because Italy played above themselves and have hoped. Spain were not quite firing on all cylinders, and so maybe at the end of the day, in the north of Poland, a 1-1 draw between Spain and Italy is about right.